Hello everyone, Formula Finds here. So I'm doing a video on the entire short box that I got shipped to my house that I won on a Whatnot auction. And yes, they actually shipped it in the entire short box, which was pretty crazy. But so anyways, this is an entire short box that I got that was filled with Batman and Detective Comics. And there's about 120 books in here. And with tax and shipping, I ended up paying $115 and something cents for it. But so I put them all in sequential order. So the lowest one I have is Batman 430, and I replaced some of the bags on these, but a lot of them still came in pretty nice condition. I didn't have to mess with any of them, which was really cool. But and none of these were trashed. I would say a lot of these older late 80s, which is the oldest ones in this box, was still probably a good average grade of a fine or fine plus, which was pretty cool. I mean, you know, they're not super valuable books, but the artwork was good, the stories were good, and yeah, I didn't want them to obviously come trashed, and you never know what's going to happen when you get shipped a short box. So yeah, I was happy to get them the way that I got them. So yeah, so it starts with 430, 431, 432, 433. I guess that's part 1 of 3, and it did have, yeah, part 2 of 3 and 3 and 3 and 2 of 4. This is Batman Year 3, different one. I'm not very well versed of the 90s Batmans. Anything after about the early 80s, I didn't have a lot of them. I didn't read a lot of them. I would guess it was the Batman 300s, the low 300s, that I'm more familiar with. Batman 444, that's a pretty cool cover. I'm open that one up. But I don't know if there's any keys in this. I kind of did a basic once over to check for keys, and I know that there were a few, but I also knew that they were not in this box, which was kind of expected. I know the seller, I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but if there's going to be a $100 key in here, obviously I would think he might pull it out of the box, but that's obviously, you know, pretty understandable. But you never know. There's obviously could be something in here that's got a little bit more value than you know, a couple bucks. But moving on. So what was that? 444 there. I definitely always like collecting all of the Batmans up to, where did we leave off here? Up to right around where they changed the artwork, and I think that happened in like the low 500s when they went from kind of the hand-drawn style, that's a cool cover, to more of your computerized printed look. And once they did that, I guess that was right around maybe mid-late 90s. They really kind of just lost me with that. I just wasn't really a fan after that one. This one looks familiar, 457. This might have a little demand to it. It's a cool cover too. That looks familiar. I've seen that around a lot. And I don't have that one. That's cool. So 458, 459, 460. A lot of them in sequential order, which is cool. 462, 463, 64. And I know it did have 500 here, which is kind of cool. 469, 470. That might have a little value. That one looks familiar too. Maybe it's just because I have that one. I haven't really checked yet to find out which ones I have and which I don't. That's an interesting looking cover. 472. 473, 475, and 475. Yes, am I seeing it right? Yes, I got 2 of the same ones here. Oops. 477, 78, 79. Interesting cover. 480, 81. I didn't realize that so many in order. Okay, 484, 485, 86, and then there's the 500 here. That was a pretty cool cover. I'm going to take a look at this one. I know I did look at this one briefly, and it had a really crusted up back to it, so I replaced the bag, but I didn't really check the quality of the book, but I think it was pretty clean. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. It's got a little crease up there, but I don't know. These new books are so stiff. But yeah, it's cool. It looks nice. Nice and clean. Yeah, I'm definitely pleased with that for about a buck, I would say. Let's moving on, right around 500, I think. Where we change left off here. Right around the low 500s, so 509 here. Yeah, it's like something like this. I know that this was artwork was definitely different. Was this a 537? This is definitely gonna have a different style to it, and this is probably when I kind of lost interest in collecting Batman. It's pretty clean here, but yeah, see, this was not my particular cup of tea. So what year are we looking at here? What do we have? 96, December 96. Obviously that's when you kind of had the tech boom, and then yeah, I prefer hand-drawn stuff. This pictures just doesn't do it for me. I want to see ink, I want to see drawings, I want to see shading and so forth and so on. I don't want to see printed stuff. I know a lot of people do prefer this stuff, but, and maybe I'm just showing my age, but I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. You guys let me know. Preferably I don't like this stuff. I don't like that type of drawings. So, but now I definitely got a lot of it, so maybe maybe it'll grow on me. But then after that we got Batman 587, and then into the 600s we got 602, 620, 622. I know these were fairly common and popular right around the low 600s with Riso and these covers. I've seen these covers a lot. And these, I looked at these. These were actually pretty much mint, which was cool. But again, I know a lot of people didn't actually read a lot of Batman books like they did in the 300s and the 400s, or in the 70s or in the 80s, because everyone just kind of did random detective comics. That's out of order. But I know people didn't want to open them because they thought that, you know, a 9.8 20 years from now would still be worth money. But that's just not how value works. When everyone's doing the same thing, it's not going to increase in value. But stop babbling here. Two 671s here, 672, and 676. Moving on all the way up. And see if we got anything different. We got some annuals here. I try to put all this stuff in order. Annual 18, Annual 27, Annual 28, and something with a $5 sticker on it. I don't know what it is. And then you had the Damian, Son of Batman. I don't even know what any of these are. And then it had a lot of Dark Knights, but again, they were pretty clean. Covers were kind of cool, but definitely a lot of Dark Knights. And these were, what, January of 2006. So I had never even held a comic book that late in my life, but now I got a lot of them. And we had all Dark Knights. That's kind of a weird cover. And moving on, more Dark Knights into, we had some Dark Victories. I know we had Dark Victory 0, then I had 1 and 2. This one was really thick. It was really thick. I'm going to take a look at this one, just because I know this is, this is not my bag and board, so I know I haven't even really looked at this, I don't think. Oh yeah, because this is thick. This is a book here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can tell it hasn't even been opened, so I didn't want to give it a crease, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool. I don't know anything about those, but the cover's pretty cool. And I know it did come with a lot of, see, this is why I don't buy modern age bags and boards, because you just have to jam the books in there. That's just, whenever I buy bags and boards, I buy Silver Age for everything. That's just the way it is, unless it's a Golden Age book, of course. But so yeah, that was Dark Victory 1. I had 2. There's 3. And 4. I don't know if these have any value to them. I don't think they do, and that's fine with me. Dark Victory 7, and then going up to Dark Victory 12. I don't even know what this is. It's got a $25 sticker on it, black and white. I guess that says deceased on the bottom. Don't know anything about it, but it's kind of cool. Batman and Huntress. Several Batman and Huntresses. Moving on, see if we got anything after that. And so moving on with this box, we did get to some Detective Comics, which I put in order, obviously with the D's. And the lowest one in this box was a low grade 433. And yeah, so that's pretty cool to have for $1. And then jumped right to 557 and right around 591. But the thing with these, here's a 592. This is not like a Batman 592. The Detective Comics were about like 150 numbers higher for that year. So like this could be like, you know, in the same time frame as like a Batman 430, right around-ish. That could be. So yeah, so this is what, 1991, and yeah, so you still had some hand-drawn artwork on all that stuff, which was cool. So I would be perfectly happy to try to collect all of the Detective Comics until they switched over to the digital modern crap that I really don't like, I'm sorry to say, but and I don't know when that was. I think I would say somewhere around in the 700s. I'm not going to open them all up. I'm going to end this video pretty quick. But yeah, so I got 604 here. I actually have that one. I think I got like 2 of that. And this one too, I know that. Those are pretty common. 610. It's a kind of cool cover there. And finishing up here, 612 Detective, 615, 18, 22, and 24. 627 Detective Anniversary, and let's see, 661, 641, that's a little out of order, 662, 663, 664, 65, 666, and I'm curious if this is, yeah, so a little bit changed the artwork here. We're probably about September 93. Definitely started to change the style here, but we're getting to the mid-90s, and that's when comic books definitely started to kind of lose me. But yeah, still cool to collect those. And finishing off, lastly, 671 was Frankenstein cover here, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, so that's the box I got, and it's all Detective Comics and Batman from the 80s all the way up to the modern. So definitely happy with it, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of reading. We'll go through, find out what I want to keep, and if anything I want to get rid of, because it is a lot of space. But it's cool stuff. So anyways, yeah, just thought I'd show you guys what was in the box, and so that's it. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.